This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everybody, I am Mitch English.
Hi, I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Daily Flash.
We're so glad to have you here. It seems like we've been talking more and more about, when we have our little talkers here at the top of the show, about flying and travel.
Yes.
I got a great story I heard, and I want to share it because it just shows like there's some good people in this world. There was a Delta pilot, and Delta, of course, is based out of Atlanta, the largest. Actually, it's the third largest city in Atlanta at any given time because so many people are here. Anyway, in Georgia rather. Anyway, so he's a pilot and he's walking through the Concourse C and he looks down and he sees this book, like a kid's book, and he picks it up and he realized somebody had checked it out. And the book was called Whatever After If the Shoe Fits by Sarah Milanowski. And so he realized it came from a public library in Kansas.
Oh my goodness.
So the guy, he goes, all right, I'm going to fly it. He packages it up, puts a note inside, sends it to the library, say, hey, I found this at the airport, yada, yada, yada. And said, I'm an avid reader and I would love for somebody to continue to read. And I'll leave, if there's any late fees, here's my information. I'll pay for the late fees. They said absolutely not. You know, I mean, like that. It's that little things like that. We were talking about how do we change society. It's little things like that that would really do a lot, and it says a lot about this guy. So it's really cool.
We went to the Dave Chappelle show here a few weeks ago, and at the very end of the show, he goes, "Look, do yourself a favor. Spend less time watching the news. Spend less time on social media, and pay attention to your neighborhood." Now, if your neighborhood means, you know, the walkway in the airport, or if it means, you know, within your neighborhood, or just at your local grocery store, I think that says a lot.
I think it says a lot about him too, because he went back into Yellow Springs, Ohio, where he's grew up and raised, and has helped out the community altogether. And this is a guy that will walk down the street, you know, no entourage, just by himself, and so he believes in his neighborhood. Yeah. I agree. That's a good point. You are where you're at is where you're at. So love it.
100%.
Make that place a better place.
Well, a private school in the UK has just appointed a new robot as their principal. Meet Abigail Bailey. She's a bot designed to assist the school's human headmaster. Abigail will be used to help support staff write school policies and help students with learning disabilities. The boarding school, which was recently named as one of the best in 2023, offers classes for students ages 4 to 13. It's really the British version of our American K through 12. The administration says the school employs more humans than ever before, and they have no plans to replace teachers with an AI version anytime soon.
Things have changed so much in schools. You think about corporal punishment. I mean, like when I was in high school, even up to my senior year, I got paddled.
Did you really?
And well, I mean, I was
now you pay for it.
Yeah, now you have to pay for it, exactly. So, you know, I mean, there's so many things that came out that we have to have technology into the schools. And I see this as actually a benefit, so long as it doesn't necessarily. It has to have that fuzzy logic that humans have, compassion, because there's the letter of the law and there's the spirit of the law. And it seems like an AI would make the letter of the law. And when you talk about somebody that's helping the headmaster, what comes down to decisions, it could make a difference between no compassion.
I think you were talking about strictly paperwork and human resources and a lot of legal
policy,
stuff.
maybe?
Policy, I think that makes total sense, because then that gives the actual human principle more time to pay attention to more things like context and compassion and kind of make those decisions. So if it helps them with the paperwork, I say, hey, why not?
I say do it, why not? You can either embrace technology. Well, no, somebody told me right now, they said, don't be afraid, AI is not going to take your job. The people that know about AI are going to take your job. So keep that in mind as well.
That's a great saying.
I see that a lot lately. 43-year-old man, he's covered 90% of his body with tattoos, claims that his boss just threw him away because of his appearance. Matthew Whelan, he's known as the King of Inkland. Imagine over the intercom. Hey, with the King of Inkland come up to the front.
Come on up, King of England. King of England.
Yeah.
Is that like a... It almost
I
looks
guess
like
it's a piercing of some sort. He said anyway, he works as a telemarketer
His eyes are
or answers
tattooed.
on the phone, which is probably a good occupation for him because people can't see him. But he said even then, his boss kind of put him in the back because of the way he looks. Hey, I'm sorry, you know, if you're dealing with customers, they're not, you're walking around with swords, dude. If you walked up to me like that, of course we know we don't bring swords to work, but
if you're working
it's shocking.
for a circus or a sideshow or an art group or a performance group, then I think that works. But
is it discrimination?
I don't think so. I think if you make that personal choice for yourself, then you have to make other decisions for yourself.
I think as a boss that's making a decision for the whole, in which sometimes individuality doesn't take over for the whole. More flash after this.